Hello students, we are with the second part, B part of our Sound of Music. It is about Ustad Bismillah Khan's Shahnai. Bismillah Khan was a renowned Shahnai player. You can see the picture. He played the Shahnai on the day India got independence, that is 15th August 1947, at the Red Fort before the Prime Minister of India, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, gave his speech. We will come to that area later. This is the picture of Ustad Bismillah Khan. Before we move to the lesson and its explanation, here are a few words. If you learn this, it would be better to understand the text very well. First one, souvenir. The word given here is souvenir, things given in memory of a place or in memory of a person or event. Example is here. Second term, generic. Generic means a name given to a class or group as a whole. Reeded. Wind instrument can be called reeded. We have reeds like the flute. Auspicious, another word, promising to bring good fortune. Last word, indispensable, that means without which a piece of work cannot be done. Now let us move to the lesson and its explanation. All students are kindly requested to take and hold your textbook in your hand and read with me. I'll give you the explanation in a brief form. The passage starts Emperor Aurangzeb banned the playing of a musical instrument called punki in the royal residence, for it had a shrill, unpleasant sound. Banned here means prohibited. Shrill, very sharp, unpleasant, something that you dislike. So we could understand punki was an instrument, a musical instrument, the predecessor of Shahnai, the one instrument that came before Shahnai. Then there was Mughal emperor, and before the Britishers came, there was a very famous Mughal emperor named Aurangzeb. He did not like punkai be played in his royal residence because he felt that it had a shrill, unpleasant voice. He did not like punki. He wanted another type of musical instrument. Punki became the generic name for reeded noisemakers. Generic name, a name given to a class or a group of musical instruments. It's a scientific name or a broad classification of something. So any musical instrument which is made with reeds, like we have flutes, can be called punki. So punki is a broad term for any type of instrument which uses wind to produce sound. Sound is produced with the help of wind. Few had thought that it would one day be revived. That means, as Aurangzeb has banned all these reeded noisemakers, he had banned punki in his royal residence. No one thought that one day such noisemakers, such instrument which made unpleasant sound, would be replaced or played, and their sound would be liked by the audience. No one thought of that. There was a barber, next passage, a barber of a family of professional musicians. He was a musician by profession, who had access to the royal palace, decided to improve the tonal quality of the pungi. Tonal quality means sound. He decided to develop the sound of this pungi instrument. He chose a pipe with a natural hollow stem that was longer and broader than the punki and made 7 holes on the body of the pipe. You might have seen flute, hollow here, empty from inside. He made and he started playing. When he played on, closing and opening some of these holes, soft and melodious sounds were produced with the help of the wind. He played the instrument before royalty, and everyone was impressed. When the barber played this instrument in the royal court, everyone liked the sound produced by this. The instrument, so different from the punki, had to be given a new name. Now they wanted to give it a new name, not punki, but another name. As the story goes, since it was first played in the Shah's chambers and was played by a Nai, Nai here means barber. the instrument was named the Shahnai. Now we get the circumstance in which this instrument was given its name, a story behind it. The instrument was played for the first time in the royal residence of Shah. Shah was the name given to the king. Mughals called the kings Shah. And the Nai, that is the Indian term used for a barber, had played it for the first time. They called it Shah plus Nai. So the first part is Shah, which stands for Shah, the king. And second part, Nai, that's a barber. So the instrument was named as Shahnai. The sound of Shahnai began to be considered auspicious. Auspicious here means promising to bring good fortune. As for this reason, it is still played in temples and is an indispensable component of any North Indian wedding. If any North Indian wedding is going to be taken place, this was a must. That playing with Shahanai was must, without which it was not complete. In the past, the Shahanai was part of the Naubat, or traditional ensemble of nine instruments found at royal courts. Ensembles here means considered as a group. The Shahnai was a part of Naubat. That is, Naubat is an Urdu word and it means traditional ensemble, that means a traditional group of nine musical instruments. These nine musical instruments were played at the royal court and Shahnai was also part of Naubat. Till recently, it was used only in temples and weddings. The credit of bringing the instrument onto the classical stage goes to Ustad Bismillah Khan. Then Ustad Bismillah Khan was behind bringing Shahnai to the stage performance. From there onwards, it also got famous. It became famous. As a 5-year-old, Bismillah Khan played Gilli Danda. Gilli Danda, really, it is also a sport, old sport, quite similar to cricket. Near a pond in the ancient estate of Dumraon in Bihar. He would regularly go to the nearby Biharji temple to sing the Bhojpuri Chaita, at the end of which he would earn a big ladu weighing 1.25 kilogram, a prize given by the local Maharaja. That means he would go to the nearby Biharji temple. There was a Biharji temple. Although Bismillah Khan was a Muslim, he would go to the temple and he would sing the song Chaita, Chaita song. He would sing it. And Bhojpuri language is spoken in an area of Bihar. When he would finish reciting the song, he would get a big latu and as reward. And the weight of the latu was 1.25 kilogram. This was a prize given by the king. This happened 80 years ago while he was a child. The little boy has traveled far to earn the highest civilian award in India, the Bharat Ratna. Later, he came to get one of the recognized awards that is called Bharat Ratna and Civilian Award. Here, the writer says that the incident occurred when Bismillah was 5 years old. He would get the Laddu, that incident. After that, he's talking about he achieved the highest civilian award in India, that is the Bharat Ratna. When was he born? He was born on 21 March 1916, belongs to a well-known family of musicians from Bihar. And he belongs to a musical family. His grandfather, Rasul Bux Khan, was the Shahnai Nawaz of the Bhojpur king's court. His father, Paigambhar Bux, and other paternal ancestors means ancestors of the father, were also great Shahnai players. Now we could understand that the lineage, family lineage, on his father's side was full of great Shahnai players. Then he got attracted by these players. The young boy took the music early in life. Bismillah Khan also started learning music at an early age. At the age of 3, which his mother took him, when his mother took him to maternal uncle's house in Benares, now it is Varanasi, Bismillah was fascinated watching his uncle's practice the Shahanai. His uncle was practicing Shahanai in a very good and melodious way, and he was attracted by the performance of his uncle. And when Bismillah Khan saw his maternal uncles play the Shahanai, he was attracted towards it and he also wanted to learn playing it. Soon Bismillah started accompanying his uncle Ali Bux to the Vishnu temple of Benares, where Bux was employed to play the Shahnai. Even though they were Muslims, they were playing Shahnai in the temple. Bismillah Khan also started going with his uncle Ali Bux to Vishnu temple. Ali Bux would play the Shahnai and Bismillah would sit captivated for hours. That means attracted for hours. And he was studying that. Slowly he started getting lessons in playing the instrument and he would sit practicing throughout the day. After listening while his uncle was playing, he also started practicing by himself. 4 years to come, the temple of Balaji and Mankala Maya and the banks of Ganga became the young apprentice's favorite haunts where he could practice in solitude. Apprentice means trainee, haunt, a place you like to come. Solitude means being alone. That means for many years, Ustad Bismillah Khan remained in Benares. He would visit the temple of Balaji, temple of Manakala Maya, and would remain on the bank of river Ganga, where he would practice playing the Shahnai all by himself. He practiced. He kept on practicing Shahnai. The flowing waters of the Ganga inspired him to improve and invent ragas, tunes, that were earlier considered to be beyond the range of Shahanai. First, no musician could compose these ragas. Here we come to know about the talent of Ustad Bismillah Khan. He was so inspired and motivated by the river Ganga. It provoked him to improve his performance. And he also invented many ragas, tunes, that were considered impossible to be produced by Shahanai. Ustad Bismillah Khan worked hard and invented different sounds and different tunes with Shahnai. At the age of 14, Bismillah accompanied his uncle to the Allahabad Music Conference. It was another incident. At the end of his recital means performance, Ustad Fayaz Khan he honored him. The young boy's back patted on back and said, "Work hard and you shall make it. You can do it." It was a recognition by him. With the opening of the All India Radio in Lucknow in 1938 came Bismillah's big break. He soon became an often heard Shahnai player on radio. And here we can understand that it was the big break when the All India Radio started its radio station at Lucknow. Ustad Bismillah Khan started performing from there. Shahnai performance would be on air. When India gained independence 15 August 1947, Bismillah Khan became the first Indian to greet the nation with the Shahnai. Then he became Ustad Bismillah Khan was the first Indian to greet the entire nation through his Shahnai. He played the Shahnai from the Red Fort on the memorable occasion. Then he got that golden chance. He poured his heart out into Rag Kafi. Rag Kafi was from the Red Fort to an audience which included Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. Jawaharlal Nehru was also an audience, who later gave his famous Tryst with Destiny speech. After this music with Shahanai, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru spoke the world famous speech of Jawaharlal Nehru, Tryst with Destiny. There, he used Rag Kafi, his own invention of a raga. Bismillah Khan has given many memorable performances both in India and abroad. His first trip abroad was to Afghanistan, where King Zahir Shah was so taken in by the maestro that he gifted him priceless Persian carpets and other souvenirs. Afghanistan king was captivated and attracted by the performance of Bismillah Khan and he gave his own presentations, including Persian carpets to Ustad Bismillah Khan. Taken in by here means attracted. Souvenirs, things given in memory of. The king of Afghanistan was not the only one to be fascinated with Bismillah's music. Film director Vijay Bhatt was also so impressed after hearing Bismillah play at a festival that he named a film after the instrument called Gunj Oti Shahanai. One film also got the name because of Bismillah Khan's performance. The film was a hit, and one of Bismillah Khan's compositions, Dil Ka Kilona Hai Toot Gaya, a song turned out to be a nationwide chartbuster. Chartbuster means record breaker. There was a song in movie Ganj Uti Shahanai named Dil Ka Kilona Hai Toot Gaya. It was composed by Ustad Bismillah Khan and he became a chartbuster and it broke all records. Despite this huge success in celluloid world means old-fashioned way of referring to films. He did not like film world too much, but were limited to two, only in two films: Vijay Bhatt's Ganch Uti Shahnai and Vikram Srinivasa's Kannada venture Sanati Appanna. Only in this, although this song was a chartbuster. Bismillah Khan got a lot of success in the film, but he composed the music for only two films. He did not like that. The names of the movies were Kunch Uti Shahnai, made by Vijay Bhatt, and Kannada movie made by Vikram Srinivas called Sanati Appanam. I just can't come to terms with the artificially and glamour of the film world. That was his comment. That means Ustad Bismillah Khan would say that he did not like the artificial world of films. The world of film is artificial world, not real world, glamour world. That was there in the world, film world. That was why he did not compose music for many movies. Awards and recognition came thick and fast. Thick and fast means he got a lot of awards and he was recognized. Bismillah Khan became the first Indian to be invited to perform at the prestigious Lincoln Center Hall in the United States of America. He also took part in the World Exposition in Montreal, in the Cannes Art Festival, and in the Osaka Trade Fair. That means Bismillah Khan performed all over the world, not only in Afghanistan, many parts of the world. He performed in United States, in Lincoln Center Hall. He performed in Montreal, Australia, World Exposition, and he performed at the Cannes Festival, and he also performed in Japan at the Osaka Trade Fair. So well known did he become internationally that an auditorium in Tehran, Iran, was named after him. Tahar Mosque Ustad Bismillah Khan. It is there in Iran. National awards like the Padma Shri, the Padma Bhushan, the Padma Vibhushan were conferred. Conferred means given. He was given. Ustad Bismillah Khan has been awarded with these national awards. In 2001, Ustad Bismillah Khan was awarded India's highest civilian award. Which is the highest civilian award? Bharat Ratna. With the coveted award resting on his chest and his eyes glinting with rare happiness, he said, "All I would like to say is, teach your children music. This is Hindustan's richest tradition. Even the West is now coming to learn our music." That means when Ustad Bismillah Khan received India's highest civilian award, Bharat Ratna, in the year 2001, his eyes were shining. He was very much happy because his hard work had been recognized and he gave an important message to the country. He told all the Indians to teach music to their children because music is the richest tradition of India. He said that even the Western countries wanted to learn India's music. In spite of having traveled all over the world, Kansab, as he is fondly called, Kansab was called by Bismillah Khan. It was the name given to him. Is exceedingly fond of Benares and Dumaron, said they remain for him the most wonderful towns of the world. Although Ustad Bismillah Khan Chi had traveled all over the world, he was given so much respect and recognition. He remained rooted. Benares, where he learned music, and Dumaron, where he was born and brought up, were the two most wonderful towns of the world of him. He was so down to earth that although he had traveled all over the world, still he was attached to his birthplace. A student of his once wanted him to head a Shahnai school in the USA, and the student promised to recreate the atmosphere of Benares by replicating the temples there. But Kansap asked him if he would be able to transport River Ganga as well. Replicating means making a copy of something. There was a student of Ustad Bismillah Khan in America. He wanted that Ustad Bismillah Khan should set up a Shahnai school in USA. Then he promised that he would recreate or replicate the temple of Banaras in America as he liked that for Ustadji. As he would miss it. Now Ustad Bismillah Khan was attached to River Ganga also. So he asked his student that he would he transport the river Ganga also to America? If he could replicate Ganga there, he was ready to go there. So he wanted to say that he could not leave India. He was attached not only to the temples of Benares but also to the holy river Ganga. Later, he is remembered to have said, "That is why whenever I am in a foreign country, I keep yearning, longing, hoping to see Hindustan. While in Mumbai, I think of only Benares and the holy Ganga. And while in Benares, I miss the unique Matha of Dhumaron, yearning here, longing." That means Ustad Bismillah Khan said that whenever he visited any foreign country, he longed to see India. He wanted to return to India. And then he says that when he was in India, in Mumbai, he yearned, hoped to visit Benares and Ganga. And when he was in Benares, he missed his birthplace Dumaro and the Mata, where he sang Chaita and was rewarded with the laddu of 1.25 kilogram weight by Maharaja. Ustad Bismillah Khan's life is a perfect example of the rich cultural heritage of India. He was a Muslim, real Muslim. At the same time, he played his Shahnai in different temples. One that effortlessly accepts that a devout Muslim, a strong Muslim like him, can very naturally play the Shahnai. He could play the music also every morning at the Kashi Vishwanath temple. Then he could play his music at the temple. Ustad Bismillah Khan passed away. He died on 21st August 2006 at the age of 90 after a prolonged illness. He was given a state of funeral, and the government of India declared one day of national mourning or holiday. Sad Bismillah Khan had been ill for a long time, and he died on 21st August 2006 at the age of 90. The entire country, all the people mourned the death of the legendary figure, musician. There was a holiday for one day, and he was given a state funeral. Now here you can see the Shahnai. This is the picture of Shahnai, and here are the main points that we discussed now. And he was fond of his mother. Look here, he was so fond of his motherland, India, Benares, and the Holy Ganga that he refused an offer to be the head of Shahnai school in USA. And in 2001, Ustad Bismillah Khan was awarded India's highest civilian award. It is W, not V, award. And here is the summary of this chapter that you can read whenever you get time. You should read this summary and you should be able to reproduce by yourself the summary. This is the continuation of the summary and Bismillah Khan that we can read together. Bismillah Khan gave many memorable performances both in India and abroad, where he was honored with so many awards. He also gave music in two movies. The movies' names are there. He was so fond of his motherland, India, Benares, the Holy Ganga, that he refused an offer to be the head of Shahan High School in USA. That we discussed. Last point we can read like in 2001, Ustad Bismillah Khan was awarded India's highest civilian award WAW, the Bharat Ratna. In the end, his life is a perfect example of the rich cultural heritage of India. One that effortlessly accepts that a devout Muslim, strong Muslim like him can very naturally play the Shahnai at the Kashi Vishwanath temple. This is about the sound of music, and this is about Bismillah Khan, the second part. And now it's over. Second chapter is over. It is up to you to read and to listen and to study the text and read the text repeatedly and learn it. And we can meet in the interactive session. Thank you. Thank you. These are some of the vocabularies that we discussed earlier, and by heart it. It will be useful. Let me thank you again. Stay at home, stay safe. Thank you.